As promised, Tim Anderson in studio. We scheduled him for 10:30. I'm glad he showed up early because there's so many subjects that I want to cover. You know, when a lot of great stories in sports, nothing better than hometown boy makes good. And you know, we expected, I guess, in football because there's just such love for football. Even in basketball, and this is a great baseball town, but the number of local West Alabama guys that have made it to the big leagues is not nearly as heavy as football or even the NBA. Now, we remember all the great Larrys, the Yankee Killer, and all the famous Larry family that have gone on to the big leagues, and there are others from West Alabama, but we've got one right now that not only is in the big leagues, but is a star. And the Chicago White Sox locked him down to a contract, just 25 years old. Tim Anderson, former Hillcrest standout, East Central Community College standout, UAB signee, and, of course, Major League Baseball shortstop with the Chicago White Sox. Good morning, Tim. How you doing?
Good morning. How we doing?
Doing great, man. Good to have you in studio. Excited about it.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, of course, another local young man in the bigs, David Robertson, former teammate of yours.
Yeah.
You know, now with the Phillies. But and we're going to get to your camp because I know Sunday you're going to be sharing
we're going to be rock and rolling,
some knowledge and wisdom with the young people here. But let's start with your journey. And folks, listen, Tim will take some phone calls. If you want to call in and ask him a question, 205-342-9904 on the Bud Light hotline, or if you just want to sit back and listen to the conversation, you're welcome to do that. All right, let's start with a journey because I think a lot of times when a guy's in the big leagues, I think you were 22 when you came up, is that right?
Correct.
People just assume, well, this kid was a phenom. This kid's been playing baseball since he was 6 years old. This kid was drafted out of high school. This kid was that. Not the case for you.
Right.
You picked up baseball rather late. Pick up the story from there.
Yeah, I kind of picked it up late, but honestly, I started playing when I was younger, and I went to Hillcrest. Well, I actually went to Hale County, and transferred from Hale County and went to Hillcrest, and I got hurt when I first got there playing basketball, and so that kind of led me away from playing baseball. And Terrence Diedrich, one of my main guys when I was at Hillcrest, he came and asked me, and was like, do you want to come back out and play baseball? And I was like, yeah. And got me a tryout and went to East Central. And, man, it was crazy from there.
Rest is history.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when you came out of Hillcrest. Now, I remember you flashed in high school. It wasn't like you didn't, people didn't see some talent there.
Yeah.
I remember covering.
I came on late, though. I came on late my junior year.
But you had some good teams.
Yeah.
And so your name was out there a little bit.
Right.
And we'll get to East Central in a moment, but was there any interest from Alabama?
No, it was no interest.
State, UAB, anybody?
There was no interest from Alabama, and there really was no interest from Shelton. I talked to Terrence, and he's going to try to get me over to Shelton, but that never happened. I never got a scholarship from them. I never made contact with them, or the same with Alabama. And so I had a guy that went to Hale County, Vincent Corbowie, and he went to East Central.
That's right.
And so he told Coach Holloman about me, and Coach Holloman came over and worked me out, and that's the only offer I had. I had an offer to go to Itawamba and play basketball, but I wanted to play baseball, so I ended up at East Central.
Now, see, that tells you what kind of athlete Tim is, and this is no offense to baseball players or football players, but you want to see somebody's athletic ability, you put them on the basketball court. Am I right? You can put somebody from the NFL or Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
All of them can't play basketball now.
Right.
And that's where athletic ability really comes into play, and it's a huge advantage for you as a baseball player. Hey, I want to get to East Central in a moment, but we do have David on hold calling all the way in from Virginia on the Bud Light hotline for a question with a question for Tim. Go ahead, David.
Thank you. Hi, Tim.
How we doing, man?
I'm doing great. This is a thrill for me. I'm a lifelong Chicago White Sox fan.
Awesome.
I grew up. There was a guy playing second base named Nellie Fox, and a guy playing shortstop, Louis Aparicio.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm big on the White Sox, and on May 19th of this year, you all will be playing a Sunday day game against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
And I'm going to make the trip and just do something great for me.
All right. Hey, that's the plan.
That's all I ask.
That's the plan. I'm always trying to do something special to keep you coming back.
All right.
So it's going to be awesome, man.
My question for you, do you have any feeling for the franchise or the brand of Chicago White Sox does it mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's a special city, a big city. It's just an honor to play there. And, man, you know, just try to do something special for the South Side. And I think that's what we're headed towards.
Well, let's surprise them this year and go White Sox.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
All right.
Thank you for the call. To piggyback on what David said, and we'll get back to your rise to the big leagues. Chicago is it's a city with 2 major league teams, which is not the norm. New York has 2. Los Angeles has 2. Chicago has 2. But you got the Southsiders and the Northsiders. And let's be honest, there are some loyal White Sox fans, but for the most part, even though they were terrible for so many years, it's a Cubs town.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's that like?
Man, it's crazy, man. When we play the Cubs, man, it's so much fun. It's kind of like World Series atmosphere. And, you know, all the fans are going at each other, but the players, I mean, we're just having a good time playing baseball. But, man, it's just an awesome feeling. If guys ever, you know, have a chance to experience it, it'd definitely be a great thing to experience.
Tell me about Rick Renteria. Tell me about your manager.
Man, Rick Renteria, man, is everything. All the above. You know, good guy, great manager, a great person. You know, definitely, man, just someone you can lean on. Man, I go in his office all the time and talk about anything. You know, if I have anything going on, he's there for me. I can call him anytime. I can text him anytime. So, you know, that speaks a lot about him. And, you know, he's definitely a great person and definitely someone to be around, positive energy.
All right, let's get back to how you got to where you're at.
All right.
So you come out of Hillcrest, no interest from Bobby Sproul and Shelton for whatever reason, no interest from Alabama and Indy schools. You go to East Central. Now, we're going to say for the record right now, East Central Community College, they're the Warriors. They're in Decatur, Mississippi, right off of the interstate on the way to Jackson, between Meridian and Jackson. East Mississippi Community College, they're the Lions. They're in Scuba, Mississippi. If you've been to Scuba, you go through it on your way to the casino, and that's probably about all you know about it. Other than Last Chance U. These are 2 different schools.
Yeah, I
know. I bet even in the big leagues, people confuse you with Last Chance U, right?
Yeah, we were the Warriors. We was the Warriors. East Central, man.
And when you were playing at East Central, did you handle East Mississippi?
Yeah. We played them like once. I think that was my sophomore year, and you know, we end up kind of sweeping them a little bit. But you know, man, it's East Central is definitely is not a big town, but it's definitely, you know, somewhere to play. And I was just looking for somewhere to play.
And it's bigger than Scuba.
Yeah, so
Decatur is bigger
than Scuba. Yeah.
All right, you have 2 really good years there. Now you're on the radar. All right. Obviously, we'll get to the White Sox in a moment because you really were on the radar. Right. But you wind up committing and might have even signed with UAB. What happened with Alabama there, with Mitch Gaspar there? Why not, even though you didn't wind up playing college baseball at the Division I level, why not Alabama then? What happened?
Never no interest.
Really?
I never had no interest from Alabama. You know, I loved Alabama, but I never had no interest and I never had any communication between us when my time was up as far as the college group.
What do you think happened? How could you be on the radar of these major league ball clubs and be a first round draft pick of the White Sox and not be on Alabama's radar?
I don't really know. It's kind of shocking to me because I'm from here. And, you know, being a hometown kid, Alabama is big. And, you know, definitely been a great place for me to play. But, you know, I took my talent to UAB.
Yeah.
And I signed with UAB.
So I guess even though you never want to play in there, you're a Blazer now, huh?
I was just going to play against them and whoop them.
Yeah. Well, you had the talent to do it.
Yeah.
Of course, that was your plan. But when the White Sox sweep in and draft you number 17 overall in the first round, and you got a chance to have more than a $2 million signing bonus, nothing against UAB, but decision's kind of made for you, right?
Yeah. It was such a blessing. It was just a blessing, you know, to be in the position that I was in, and able for the White Sox to take me at 17. You know, I definitely didn't know it was going to happen like that. If someone would have told me, I definitely wouldn't have believed it. And you know, going up into the draft was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, just communicating back and forth with my agent.
Yeah. Tell me how that works, because you obviously, you know, now that you've got professional interest.
Correct.
So you have an agent. You.
Well, it was crazy. After my freshman year, you know, I had a little interest from a couple big league ball clubs. You know, the Royals was one that showed a lot of interest and was looking to take me, but it was a late round. And, I didn't want to go if it was going to be late round, and I went out to Kansas City and played summer league there in the Jayhawk League up in Dodge City, and I put up good numbers there. And I even had Wichita State was trying to get me while I was there, but I told them I was going to go back to East Central and finish there, and I went back and had a good good sophomore year. After the first game, I went like 7 for 8, and I had like 3 home runs. After that, scouts started showing up out of nowhere from every different teams, and I started doing player questionnaires, and it got crazy from there. And that's when I had to get an agent because the traffic was kind of overflowing.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So when you're playing at junior college and you play in these summer leagues, I know once you sign, but while you're still playing college and you're still an amateur, they're allowed to contact you. They're allowed to talk with you. How does that work?
Yeah. Are you talking about like
while you're still in college, what are the rules on the contact that they can have?
They can talk to you. They can they can come and communicate with you, and come down and sit down and basically have communication with you. As far as that go, as far as for the scouts and as far as my agent, there's plenty of times we talk over the phone, just about things leading up into the draft, because it was definitely a great moment, but it was less time because I jumped on the radar late. So it was we had to flood everything in and kind of know where we was before we headed to the draft, because I attended the draft up in New York.
Tim Anderson, Chicago White Sox shortstop. At 25 years of age, he's already a pillar of this organization. Career .258 batting average, 46 home runs, 150 runs batted in. Great with the glove, great on the bases, tremendous athlete, a guy that they're building around. We're going to take a timeout here on the program. And when we come back, we're going to jump into where he's at now, where this club's at now. Clearly, the White Sox are looking to improve. They're a big market team. They've got money to spend. Manny Machado could be in the White Sox future. We'll discuss that with Tim. We'll discuss what this club needs to do to be a contender for the postseason. All that, much more. As we said, we'll take some phone calls as well for Tim. If you want to call in at 205-342-9904, you're welcome to do so. Tim Anderson in studio here on the Gary Harris Show. We're back with more right after this. Pitchers and catchers report in less than a month. In fact, I think everybody hasn't set their schedule yet, Tim, as you know, but I think the White Sox, I want to say the Mariners are the first I've seen that reporting. They're reporting maybe on like February 9th or something. Do you know when the White Sox pitchers and catchers report yet?
I don't, but I'll be there February the 5th.
You'll be there ready to go, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready. It's gonna be a great year.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
All right, let's talk about it. Tim Anderson in studio with us, Chicago White Sox shortstop, former Hillcrest Patriot, former East Central Community College Warrior. First round draft pick in the big leagues at 22. Now one of the guys that they're building this franchise around. All right. I hate to hit you with the bad news.
What you got?
62 and 100 last year.
Yeah.
I was not going to get it.
Yeah, it was a lot of positives though.
Tell me about the positives.
We had a lot of positives. We had a lot of great guys doing a lot of great things. Moncada, had came on strong and finished up strong. My defense came a long way. And, we're young, but we're working, man. We're ready. We're putting pieces together. We signed a few guys, and, we're waiting to hopefully hear on a few guys. So, man, it's going to be big, man. It's going to be exciting. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll.
One of these guys that you might be waiting on is Manny Machado. The White Sox have made an offer,
right,
according to reports.
Uh-huh.
We're seeing that it's not like it was 10 years ago.
Right.
Clubs are a little more frugal.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just jumping out and just jumping all over these big name free agents. Bryce Harper's still unsigned. Machado's still unsigned. As of right now, things could change. Mm-hmm. He's got reportedly a solid offer from the White Sox. What would that do for your club if you get Manny Machado, in your opinion? Would he play third? Would you move to second? Would he play short? Just what could happen if Manny Machado joins the White Sox?
He brings a big bat, and brings a lot of defense. I think they want to play third and hopefully leave me at short. Hopefully that'll be great for us to both lock down the right side of the diamond. And, I'm just looking forward to it. And if he signs, it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of positive things. And I think he definitely come in and have a huge impact on his ball club.
He's played in the American League most of his career before, finishing up with the Dodgers last year. How well do you know him, Tim?
Not very well, but when he get on second or something, we speak and and say how you doing. But other than that, man, is I don't know him very well, but he seems like a good guy to me.
That's what I want to ask you about.
Mm-hmm.
We know he's a gifted baseball player.
Right.
He has rubbed some guys the wrong way, particularly in the postseason with the Dodgers. And there was some negativity that has now been attached to him as far as his clubhouse presence, as far as what kind of guy he is. Yeah. Is that, as a player, if he joins your club, is that the kind of thing that you just consider noise and you just say, hey, I'm going to judge this guy on how he deals with us? Or is that something that guys on the club talk about, the possibility of this guy coming in and him not being, a positive guy?
Yeah, I think that's just noise, a lot of noise. People deal with people different, and and I think I'm different, and I think I know how to deal with people and kind of understand where people are coming from, and so I don't see there being an issue coming into the in the clubhouse thing, and just being on the ball club, on the White Sox, it's just really all love. We all get each other. We all spread the love. We all share the love. And, and I think that it'll be a great, just a little atmosphere for him to be around. And, we definitely can, do something special.
All right. You're drafted in 2013. 2016, you're in the big leagues. It's pretty quick, as we said, in the big leagues at 22. You're 25 now. You got speed. As you said, your defense is tightened up. But you got a little pop, too.
Just a little bit, not much.
Listen, you got 46 home runs. I mean, you're averaging about 15 home runs a year.
Yeah.
Would you like to increase those power numbers? Are you happy with where you're at? Do you think you're a guy maybe that could hit 25 home runs in a season?
Man, I think I'm a guy that can hit 25. I don't like to put a number on it.
Right.
But, I think, I'm learning. I'm learning more, and I'm getting the game more. The game is, it's slowing down to me. So I think it is a lot more room for improvement. And, I think there's a lot more room for more home runs, a lot more room for me to get better on defense. And, I think I'm becoming more of a baseball player now than more just an athlete, just playing. So, I'm learning the game. I'm still learning. I'm still young, and, things are coming together. And I'm looking forward to, just continue to get better.
258 career average. I think you, with your speed, with your ability to hit to all fields, I know you hit when you were with the Barons. You hit over 300. You've obviously in college, you're a potential 300 hitter, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. No doubt about it. I have hit 300. Throughout the minor leagues. What
has to happen in the big leagues to go from let's say a mid 200s hitter, or maybe even a 275 hitter? It's probably not that many more hits. What has to happen for you to be a 300 hitter?
Just understand what they're trying to do to me. Just tighten up on my zone, and that's what I've been working on this offseason. And, just get my timing right, and, just going over, I kind of changed my swing a little bit this offseason. So, just trying to tighten up those loose screws, and I think, everything is coming together.
Changing your swing.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what that entails. Because, listen, this is your career. Your swing is who you, as an offensive, as a hitter. I think a lot of guys don't like to tweak that swing. What are you doing when you say change your swing?
I think this is gonna help me a little bit. I think I had a lot, too much movement, and my head was moving too much as I was going towards the ball, and kind of my timing was off a little bit. Nothing against what I did. I did it well, and I had 2 or 3 great years. But I think this is gonna really help me take my game to the next level, offensive wise, and I feel comfortable doing what I've been doing, working with our hitting coach, and I think it's gonna be great.
Well,
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I feel great.
You should be. I think offensively, I think you scratch the surface. I think you can be a 300 hitter, 25 home runs, 40, 50 stolen bases.
It's just only the beginning.
I think you got triple crown type potential. You mentioned the defense. I know it's something you've worked hard on.
Yeah.
At shortstop though, it isn't just about fielding the ball. You're going deep in the hole. You're throwing the throwing errors. I know a lot of times you got to rush the throw. Let's say you're going to your right and you got a speedy runner, but how do you got a good arm? I know that. How do you work on being more accurate with your throws to first base?
Man, it's just one of those things, where the errors come from as far as the throwing errors. I get to a lot of balls that a lot of shortstops don't.
That's right.
So, I try to get that out, and sometimes those could lead to error, or sometimes I do kind of rush, and it could be a quick play, and I'm trying to get the out, but just most of those balls are really just balls that normal shortstops don't get to, and just me trying to make it out, and I can live with those because I know that I'm going hard for my pitcher and trying to get them that out, and they understand, and that's what they like. So that's what I go out every day and just try to be dominant.
All right, you control you, but a baseball team is 25 individuals all striving for the same goal.
Correct.
As we said, just 62 wins a year ago. You tell me you love Rick Renteria. You're happy with him as your manager. Possibly Manny Machado. This club could. I guess where I'm going with this is, unlike the old days before free agency, you built through the minor league system. When you were good, you were usually good for a while.
Right.
Unfortunately, when you were bad, it took a while to get good.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. We'll see teams that lose 100 games, and the Astros a couple years later, they're winning 100 games.
Winning. Yeah.
What conceivably can this club do this year? Do you think you can turn it around enough to get into the postseason?
I don't want to, say anything, to get ahead of myself. But, I think it's possible. Anything's possible. I think if we go out and compete, and just come together as one and, pull for each other, pull on the same string, I think it's possible. And I think we can do a lot of, special things. We have the talent. We got the guys and, the managers. We got everything. And I think, everything's going to fall in place. And I think, it's going to be a great year. Not to say that we're going to go make it to the postseason, but I think it's going to be a lot of positives.
It's a game, it's a sport, but it is also a business.
Right.
We see it every year.
Yeah.
You've come up through the White Sox organization. They have said, for the record, you're a guy they want to build around.
Yeah.
They've shown it with the contract.
That's home.
You foresee yourself playing your entire career? I mean, I know it's down the road, but would you like to be one of these rare guys that start out as a White Sox and finish up that way?
I would, man. I like it. I love it there. The system has been nothing but great to me. I moved my family. We stay in Chicago now. It's just, I just love being in Chicago. You hear a lot of things about the weather, but man, I grew up here, so I like to, try something different. And, just living in the snow is different.
It is.
You get a real Christmas and you get different vibes. So I just like being in Chicago, and man, I want to retire there, man, because the people have been nothing but great to me in the city.
Being an all-star.
I need one.
Huh?
You said I need an all-star?
Being an all-star.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something that motivates you? Is that a goal?
Yeah, that's a goal, definitely. That's always a goal. I want all of that. Man. I'm ready. I'm excited, man. And then, I'm still early in my career. And, man, I'm just getting better and better. And, I've just been putting work in. I'm so excited.
You're a pretty humble guy for what you've accomplished. You're a family guy. Still, when you come home to Tuscaloosa, I mean, it's got to feel good. I mean, local boy makes good. You're in the big leagues. You're here now, and next segment we're going to get into the camp. What's it like when you come home?
Oh, man, I get to see family and friends. And, I'm not a guy that just go out everywhere. I kind of just, bounce around from house to house and just spend some time with family. But for the most part, I just be with my family as far as my daughter and my wife. And, we go see other family. Go see her family. She has family in Birmingham. So we kind of try to touch and see family while we're here. And, kind of get up out of here and kind of not stay too long, but, still come back and show love from where I'm from and to my community.
Yeah. All right, like I said, next segment, we're going to get into the camp. I'm going to hit you with some rapid-fire questions I think people will find interesting when you visit with a big leaguer. I know fans all the time are curious about things like this.
Okay.
Not the most overpowering, not the most dominant. Best pitcher, though. Overall, best pitcher you faced.
Corey Kluber.
Yeah, he's nasty, isn't he?
Man. And Andrew Miller. And I like hitting lefties, but, man, he's just the one that I can't get. I think I got like 10 to 15 at-bats on. I'll probably have over 10 strikeouts.
A lot of guys throw 100. A lot of guys throw 100 now, Tim.
Yeah.
Who best velocity, just flat out speed on their fastball? Who's got the best fastball in the game?
I haven't faced Chapman, but I'm gonna say Severino. His fastball comes out good and it gets up on you quick. He was probably one of the guys that I had a tough time seeing.
Most aggravating pitcher, and he's probably usually relievers, I think, but just guy that maybe you think ought to be able to wear this guy out, gets under your skin, walks up. Who's the most aggravating pitcher to face?
Man, probably Corey Kluber. Man, he gets me out.
He doesn't want to face Corey Kluber. We're figuring that out.
He throws on the outside half and it just runs back and it's a strike every time, man. Every time.
You've got Trout, you got Harper, you got other guys with amazing ability, but just in your opinion, best player in the game?
I'm a big Mookie Betts fan.
You think Betts is the guy?
Yeah, I like Mookie Betts, man. I've been watching him since I got called up and just to see the things that he's done. Man, he's good. I like him. Nothing against Mike Trouts and and the Bryce Harpers, but man, I like Mookie Betts. I like how he really plays the game, and the way he goes out and do his thing.
I've always said the way baseball is set up, you play 162 games.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the best team in baseball wins the World Series. Sometimes it doesn't. I think the best team in baseball, to me, is the team that wins the most games of 162. Because, as you know, in short series, anything can happen.
Right.
I think last year, the Red Sox clearly were the best team in baseball.
Correct.
You agree with that?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, definitely. Man, they had a great squad. Man, you got J.D. Martinez over there. You got Mookie Betts. Got Benintendi. Man, they got some great guys. And, definitely it was a tough ball club to play. And I liked playing at Fenway. That's why I hit my first home run.
Yeah.
And man, the crowd
I remember
there,
that. I showed it on the air.
The crowd there is crazy. So it's a good place to play.
Tim Anderson with the Chicago White Sox shortstop. Real quickly before we get to the break, we mentioned just 62 and 100 a year ago, but you're in a division where, in Cleveland, the Indians are good. I get it.
Correct.
But it wasn't like they won 100 games. They won 91 games. But after that, you had the Twins that just won 78, Tigers won 64, you won 62, Royals won 58. Could move up in a hurry in this division, right?
Yeah, it can happen quick, man. A lot of teams are, doing a lot of different things. The Indians are doing a lot of different things. Got a lot of movement going on. We got a lot of movement going on. So it's possible. The Royals got a lot of movement going on. And they wasn't a bad ball club last year, but I think, this year for us, I think it's going to be a lot of positives. And I think we're going to make some great strides.
I got a funny text message just sent to me by former major leaguer Lance Cormier. He's listening to the interview. He said, Tim is obviously praying for a Kluber trade. you want
man, he's good, man. He's good, man. He crushes me every time.
He wants Kluber on the White Sox here. That's the best way to handle that situation.
Man, I'm going to just let Kluber have it, man.
Go out and get Corey Kluber. All right, 10:47. We got to take a break here. Before we do, I do want to talk to you about my friend Dan Robinson down at Cravings, especially food, beer, and wine grocery store. In fact, Tim, while you're in town, get by Cravings down there on University Boulevard, just off Greensboro. It's a unique. You're talking about being, living in Chicago. This is a unique deli and grocery store, much like you'd find in Manhattan, maybe in New Orleans. Over 300 craft beers, champagnes, wines, and some of the most unique food items in town, including those authentic New York bagels that he has shipped in from Brooklyn and Long Island. It's a really neat place for gifts. That's Craving Specialty Food, Beer, and Wine, downtown Tuscaloosa on University Boulevard, just off Greensboro. All right, when we come back, one reason Tim is in town is for his baseball camp coming up this Sunday at Hillcrest. We're going to tell you all about it. That's next here on The Gary Harris Show. Final segment in studio with Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox, big leaguer, potential all-star, former first-round draft pick. Also want to thank his pal Darius Chapman for helping me set this interview up. Darius is in here as well. Brittany Sell from the TV station's here, and we're going to do a little TV interview with Tim afterwards as well. All right, let's get to one of the reasons you're back in town and chance to work with youngsters that aspire to do what you've done, give back to the community. You got the Tim Anderson baseball camp coming up on Sunday at Hillcrest. Tell me about it.
I got a TA7 camp going on Sunday from 1 to 5. And, just really a chance, for me to, make connection with the youth and my community. And kind of be hands-on and try to push baseball a little bit more here in the city because, it's not a major sport. All we know is basketball and football here. And, just kind of, let the kids know that baseball is a great sport as well. And, it's kind of more of a safer sport too.
Parents, don't freak out. I know it's going to be cold on Sunday, but that's the great thing about Hillcrest. You got that covered. Yeah. It's going to be inside.
Yeah, it's going to be inside. It's going to be inside. And, we're going to have a lot of good guys there working with the kids, and we're gonna have food, and we're gonna feed the guys, and it's gonna be plenty of fun. It's gonna be plenty of fun, and man, we're gonna have a heck of a time.
Tim, what's the age range?
From 6 to we have some guys over like 17.
Okay, good.
So we actually we did have an age limit, but we had some guys that were 17, 16, and so this is it's a great time for me to connect back with the youth, and it was open for me to just let them in, so they'll be there, and it's going to be, great.
And like you alluded to, obviously you'll be the main draw, but there are going to be coaches there.
Yeah,
we have people
coaches.
In baseball.
Yeah, people, and
I mean, there's going to be a lot of skilled instructors to work with. These people.
We got a lot of volunteers as well. That's going to help out, and a lot of guys from this area that's going to help me coach as well. So it's kind of it's a good way for me to connect to the community on both sides, as far as from the players' standpoint and from the coaches, and just show them and show them that baseball is fun. So that's what we're going to do.
Let me ask you, how how do folks, I know a lot of people are probably already signed up and know about it, but if somebody's listening and this is the first time they've heard about the camp, how do you get signed up and become a part of it?
Anderson Legal Leaders, our website, andersonsallol.com.org. Or you can check us out on Instagram, Anderson Legal Leaders. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Just hit the link and it's on the website. I think actually the registration is closed down. I think we have a good amount of kids, and we're just ready. We're ready and excited. So that's what we've been doing all morning, just kind of preparing and getting ready for Sunday.
That's 1 to 5 on Sunday.
Correct.
For you, as we said, you're gonna get to spring training early.
Correct.
In the off season, I know it's a long season, so I imagine when it first ends, you probably just get away from baseball a little bit. How quickly do you get back to working out, and what's your routine during the off season to stay in shape and stay prepared for spring training?
Well, this off season was kind of a little different because I kind of tweaked my knee a little bit.
That's right.
So I kind of I did a little therapy right after the season, kind of got back into it a little bit quicker, and just really focusing on that knee. And after my rehab session was up, which was kind of ran a little deep into time, and so I kind of started back working out in like early December, right after my rehab session, and things been good. Things have been good, and as far as for outside of baseball, man, it's crazy. I have a wife and a daughter, and just trying to balance, being a dad. And playing baseball is kind of tough, but I do it. And,
how old is your daughter?
She's 2, and I have another little girl that's going to be here in April. So
okay, well, she's 2. She's at the daddy age.
Yeah, man, she takes good care of me. She takes good care of me. So it's a very, very special thing, and for her to just come out. She's a big White Sox fan. She's a big Tim Anderson fan. She loves me. Man.
I bet
she be there. She enjoys the game, man, and man, she's definitely a ball of joy. Keep me smiling.
And when's your wife expecting on the number 2?
April 23rd.
Boy or girl?
Another girl.
Girls too.
I love my girls, man.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Love my girls.
Well, man, let me tell you, we appreciate you coming in. We're excited, folks. Like Tim and I have talked about, it's hard. It's hard to make it to the big leagues, and we're so used to guys from Alabama going to the NFL and the NBA. But
it takes a lot of work, man.
But he's done it. Yeah, we got David Robertson there. And
we got David Robertson there, man. And just for me being here, definitely means a lot as far as making it to the big leagues, because a lot of people don't really come from here that make it big. A lot of guys that usually they go to Alabama and then go to the NFL or something. So it's just special for me to just come back to my community and show my face and never forget where I came from.
And I loved Coach Gaspard. I thought he was a great guy.
Yeah.
But if Coach Gaspard had signed Tim Anderson, he might still be in Alabama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he might still be there.
Hey, you don't think one player makes a difference? We saw it in the national championship game. If Justin Ross had been playing for Alabama that Monday night,
he would have been
a different game.
He'll be like Saban.
Yeah, one guy can make a difference. Hey, thank you so much, Tim.
All right, no problem. Thank you.